The purpose for the trip was to provide a simple and effective filtration system that can be built using all of the materials that they can get in Nicaragua that would drastically cut back on the amount of disease that's spread through the water that they are drinking now. We had about a 20-minute drive every day to the project site, which was located in a little hillside village called La Jolla. And La Jolla means the jewel. When you first get there, it doesn't look like a jewel. It's not some shining and sparkling, apex of a city. Dirt rutted streets and garbage and mangy dogs and things like that running around, and it doesn't necessarily lend itself to the name at first glance. But what I learned as we worked with these people is that there are jewels in this kind of dirty little community. And the real kind of prizes of this community are the children there. It's crucial for us to involve these kids in this process because these kids are the ones who are going to be able to teach one another how to do it once, they're sustained and have the ability to build the filters themselves. The very first project day, we met a boy named Mateo who decided that he wanted to become involved in building the filters with us. He was a 15-year-old. He worked relentlessly at decanting sand the entire day after that and the next day, and then it became time for us to start building what are called diffuser plates. Basically what we did was take these sheets of tin and draw a simple kind of grid on them. Every intersection of the lines we would make a little hole with a nail. It's a pretty difficult thing to hammer into a sheet of tin, but Mateo worked at it tirelessly as he did the decanting. There was a group of girls who were all around the same age, and they came every day to the project. One of the girls in that group came with a pretty badly infected scrape on her knee. One of the first kind of interactions that we had with one another, I gave her some Neosporin and put it on her knee, and then gave her a couple Band-Aids to cover this infected cut that she had. And that was kind of an early immediate bonding experience that I had with one of the children in La Jolla. And it wasn't until later that we found out that she was Mateo's sister, younger sister. Once we found that out, it was immediately apparent because she was just as hard of a worker as he was. I would say Janili was 8 years old, maybe 9, and she worked for probably 2 hours with me one day hammering holes in diffuser plates. The whole church kind of gathered to honor us for being there for the week. And during that closing ceremony, Janili and 3 of the other girls in her class got up and sang a song about family and God, and it was just really neat for them to show their appreciation in that way. We were all finishing lunch in the church, and a boy came up to me and he had a request. He said, "Susuda." And I didn't understand what he meant, so I asked him, I said, "Como?" What? And he said, "Susuda." And he was pointing kind of in the vicinity of where everyone else was eating. And Carly understood immediately what he was requesting and came over and kind of took me aside and said, "He's asking for our garbage." And what he was saying was "subasura," which is your trash or your garbage. And we had kind of this stack of styrofoam containers that had little leftovers from our meals, a little bit of rice here, and chicken bones with some meat left on them. And I just remember feeling absolutely mortified that this boy would ask for our garbage. Not only that he would ask for our leftovers, but that he would call it garbage, because he knew that to us that was garbage, but to them that was parts of a meal. Kind of a humbling experience to give your garbage, your leftovers, to someone and have them prize it as something that will help them.
Nations.wmv.
my hope is, and I think the most ministries' hope is as well, that word of mouth will spread that La Iglesia de Dios en Jesucristo is the church that was responsible for bringing this group of missionaries to La Jolla, and that, you know, a group of Christians in the United States was responsible for raising the funding for this project, and that basically throughout all the results of this project, that they'll be giving credit to God, because that's who we give credit to, and that's who is really responsible for all of this. My hands were down at my sides, and I felt this, you know, dainty little hand slip itself into my open hand, and I looked down, and Pastor Marvin's daughter is standing there, just holding my hand. And it was just kind of a beautiful thing, without any coercion or any even reason, you know. She just wanted to show her love, and she did. It was just a simple gesture.